Las Vegas car meets. I hope you're all doing well. This is a video I intended to do around Thanksgiving, but unfortunately I just got caught up. So I'm going to do it today. I'm hoping to keep it kind of short, but informative. This is for all of our community members, and it's something that hit me when we did our food drive in November. We did another annual food drive for our friends over at Three Square, and we raised 400 pounds of food, which is excellent. I'm so proud of everybody for contributing to that. What came to mind was that last year we had about half as many people that actually attended our event, but we managed to raise 1,400 pounds of food. And so I thought about why that was, of course, and I realized that times are very trying for a lot of us. And so I know constantly we've worked with nonprofits, we've held car meets specifically to raise funds and do charity work for organizations based out of Las Vegas. But I wanted to make a video to make the purposes of these nonprofits that we've worked with known, so that if any member in our community ever finds them in a situation where they need help, they're going to have access and know where to go. There's no shame in needing help in life. That's the whole point of the car community that I've tried to create, is that I want everybody from all walks of life to feel welcome there. And I hope you utilize these if you're ever in need of it. There's no shame, nothing to be embarrassed about. We're all from different walks of life, and we're all on that road, and it's a reality that sometimes that road gets bumpy, and that's okay. The worst thing you can do is feel helpless when there are resources to help you, and so I hope you take advantage of these organizations. And if you ever find yourself in need of something specific, you're welcome to reach out to me, and I will do my very best to direct you in the right direction. And if I'm not totally sure exactly what resource will fill your need, I will certainly try to put you in contact with somebody from one of these organizations that can hopefully help you out. And so we'll jump into, of course, the last one we worked with, the first one I mentioned, which is Three Square. They are a local nonprofit. They collect food, non-perishable food, and then they distribute it. They collect it at their one resource center and then distribute it across the Las Vegas Valley to different libraries, nonprofit organizations, churches. The list goes on, the places that actually distribute the food to the community. So you can go to their website, you can look up distribution centers, you can look for when they offer any kind of specials. Teens and children in particular can go to all the Las Vegas and Clark County libraries where they have a cafe meal program. But it's a great resource, especially if you're trying to fill the pantry up and just make some good food instead of making bad habits out of always going to get fast food. This is an excellent resource, so definitely check out our friends over at Three Square. Teens, we just touched on, do have some resources out there. In fact, Project 150 that we've worked with in the past is a program dedicated to struggling teens. So with just a school ID, teens can get ready-made food at all 75 Clark County high schools. And students should ask their counselor teacher about the Project 150, because they can also provide family meal bags, clothing, up to 10 outfits per month. And accessories, school supplies are available at their very own Project 150 Betty Boutique, which I think is really awesome. That these are one of the nonprofits on our list that actually go so far as to make using their service feel kind of more normalized. So they have this boutique, like some of our other places have stores, where you're actually able to go in there and shop kind of on a credit, and that makes it really accessible for people, and maybe they feel a little less, let's say, embarrassed about going to use that service. And so I think it's an excellent resource. On our list, probably the most well-known of all these organizations is the one you've heard of, and that's the Toys for Tots. It's actually a Marine Corps Reserve-based nonprofit, and their goal is to collect toys and then distribute them to families in need across the valley. So they'll collect the toys at, say, like Chet Buchanan's toy drive, which makes it easily accessible for people to have a destination to drop the toys off at. I've known many other car meets to participate with that, including our own. And this year we're not, because we're focusing on a smaller nonprofit that may not see as many toys realized during their collection period. So the Toys for Tots, of course, is a big one. They have the resources. They're capable of collecting thousands upon thousands of toys and distributing them evenly. And so if you find yourself this holiday season running a little short and just want your kids to have a good Christmas memory, definitely look into their nonprofit where you actually fill out a form to sign up, and then they can tell you where you can go and get some toys based on how many children you have. So it's a very easy system. I feel it's a very balanced system and a great one to work with. So look into them. Hope Link is one we've worked with. We've done it a couple times with our friends over at the El Dorado Cantina. They are a family resource center, so they can assist all families and individuals in crisis with services. It's a long list, but including emergency food assistance, bus passes for work and medical, getting IDs and work cards, birth certificates. Sorry, I had to go yell at my dogs. They have senior-specific services, and for anything that they don't actually provide a service for, they have really good resources to refer you to. So that's mental health, legal assistance, low-cost medical services. The list does go on, so please make sure you check out the Hope Link website for a list of all their services. If you ever find yourself in need, then reach out. No shame in that game. The Shade Tree is the one that we are working with this December, so we are donating with the El Dorado Cantina to the Shade Tree again this year. And they are specifically a 24-hour accessible shelter for women, children, and their pets, which is nice to know that they're looking out for the fur babies too. They are specifically helping individuals out of domestic violence, human trafficking, elder abuse, street violence, things like that. And so being 24 hours, their doors are always open if you find yourself in an emergency situation and needing that kind of shelter. And they're also capable of helping unaccompanied youth of any gender. So again, teens are able to use this in particular facility if they find themselves in an uncomfortable position. Their whole goal is to create programs and teach you life skills so that you can become self-reliant and stable and get out of that cycle of abuse, homelessness, violence, so on and so forth. So I really like the Shade Tree, and I'm happy to be working again with them this year. We're going to be donating a ton of toys to them. So we hope people will join us at our El Dorado Cantina meet this year. Not as many people know this one, but Relentless Muscle Car Club. Some of my best friends, honestly, they've put on some amazing events and asked me to participate, and I've been able to assist them. And whenever I've called on them to help me with something I'm doing, they have always delivered, and so much love to them. They are a registered 501c3, which means that they are a nonprofit. So although a car club, they've taken it a step above and actually gone and gotten a nonprofit so that they can do more for our community, putting their own club funds to good use. And so that includes over 100 families a year have been receiving Thanksgiving meals to them. They have personally taken their own vehicles and driven to people's houses to deliver Thanksgiving meals. So kudos to them. Beyond that, of course, they've done much more. They've done 3 Square, they've done Toys for Tots, they've done back to school drives, and even taking care of the pets via the Noah's Animal House and the Nevada SPCA. Which, speaking of pets, brings me on to an organization that I got involved with through a friend of mine. She's on the board of directors, and that is the Vegas Pet Rescue Project, which primarily focuses on assisting local animal shelters. So like if an animal is kind of reaching that limit of their stay, they're potentially looking at being put down, things like that. So they will go in and try to foster these animals so that they have a longer opportunity to find a fitting home. And so while doing that, they're feeding these animals, they're grooming these animals, they're doing all of their medical work, and they are offering to households to get their animals spayed and neutered so that they can cut down on the overpopulation issues with stray animals in Las Vegas. So they do that thanks to a lot of good Samaritans in the community who help to foster these rescue pets and take in strays. So love what they do. And I think it's excellent. So definitely look into our friends over at the Vegas Pet Rescue Project. And if you can, donate something to them, not only monetary, but the physical stuff that these animals might need is also going to benefit you if you're low income and you find that you want to get your animal spayed or neutered but can't afford it. You can look into them. And the one I have the strongest connection to and I've worked with for the longest over the years is Project Taco, or Taking Action Curing Others. This is the nonprofit behind the events of 360 Car Show that we help. They are responsible for Flavors of Aloha, the Great Las Vegas Taco Festival, and more over the last 15 years. They are a very fluid organization, which is something that I really like about them. So their overall mission is to help the community as it needs. And so, the October 1st tragedy that happened, of course, they helped put on a show at the M to raise funds for the survivors and those affected. Flavors of Aloha donated to the CCSD High School Mariachi Band to help them travel and perform. The Great Las Vegas Taco Festival last year was to help the Injured Officers Police Fund. They're always in trying to help the community on a needed basis, and that's probably my favorite thing about them, is that they're a very local organization and that they are always looking for who needs help right now around the time of the shows they put on, like 360, Flavors of Aloha, the Great Las Vegas Taco Festival, and so on. So much love to them. I'll continue my relationship with them for years to come, I'm sure, and I love helping them more than anything. So I hope that helps you guys understand some of the nonprofits that we work with. I want to say thank you guys in the community who have continued to support us throughout the years. Our car meets have grown in popularity. I appreciate that you guys are a part of our mission to create this safe, inclusive space for all of CAR community members. And in doing so, we're also able to help all the members of our local community outside of the car scene in a way that is meaningful, impactful, and hopefully life-changing. So thank you again. And I say let's have an even better 2024 together. Thank you guys.